Hi, thanks for joining me for this video today. This is actually the fourth of 7 or 8 videos I'm doing on health and wellness. My name is Jerry Baker. I own a company called Fit for Life International LLC, where I provide nutritional and wellness consulting and coaching. So if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, or if you didn't see the first one, I'm going to repeat real quickly the story of Dr. Strang. Now, Dr. Strang was a critic of nutritional supplements until his wife got sick and developed fibromyalgia. And through one of her friends, she began to take dietary supplements and protein shakes and began to get better, much to his surprise. So after considerable research, Dr. Strang decided or found that dietary supplements are actually very effective, provided they're high quality. And so he was converted from a critic to a strong proponent of nutritional supplements. One of the first things he did after his, quote, conversion was to read a book called The Antioxidant Revolution by Dr. Kenneth Cooper. Dr. Cooper talked about oxidative stress, which he found was the underlying cause of chronic degenerative disease. Oxidative stress, or cell damage by what are called free radicals, is the cause of oxidation, is the cause of more than 70 chronic degenerative diseases. That's a lot. So scientists now believe that free radicals are factors in nearly every known disease and are a culprit in the aging process itself. So what are free radicals? Well, in 1954, when researching an explanation for aging, why do we age? Biogerontologist Dr. Denham Harman discovered the concept of free radicals. Now, basically, a free radical is an unstable molecule that damages cells in our bodies goes around and it steals electrons from atoms in our cells and causes damage to our cells. And this can ultimately lead to the development of the cells developing into cancer, or can cause heart disease and numerous other illnesses. So you've noticed perhaps when you have some leftovers and you wrap those leftovers up, put them in the refrigerator, you don't get through them pretty quickly. They tend to spoil. And we think, well, that's bacteria, but a lot of that is due to oxidation. So oxygen and other elements aren't just attacking food, but they also attack your cells on a daily basis. I think it's called the oxygen paradox, because obviously we need oxygen to breathe and to live, but oxygen also can have a detrimental effect on our cells as well. So the body produces some free radicals in the course of energy production, but there are many substances in our surrounding environment that produce a lot of free radicals. They could be chemicals, smoke, pollutants, solar radiation, and more that cause the production of free radicals that are damaging our cells. So the job of defending our cells from oxidation is called the antioxidant system. So what are antioxidants? Well, vitamins and minerals produced or absorbed by the body then help to counteract the effects of the free radicals. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of foods that have antioxidants in them, and I'll go through a list of those in a minute, so you can take a picture of the screen and maybe start incorporating some of these foods into your diet if you are not eating them already. They're uniquely qualified to disarm free radicals before they can attack your cells and cause cell damage. So the key to good health, one key to good health, is to maintain the right balance between free radicals and antioxidants, because free radicals, they do have a positive role as well. It's particularly in eliminating cells that are damaged. But we need to have a good balance between antioxidants and free radicals. So there's overwhelming scientific evidence that demonstrates that those of us who eat a diet rich in antioxidants and take antioxidant supplements will live longer and healthier lives. I think that's something we all look forward to. I know that's something that's I'm very passionate about in terms of helping people to live longer and healthier lives. As a believer in Jesus, a follower of Jesus, I really have a passion for seeing others to become healthier and therefore have more productive lives, and to have the ability to do all those things that God has called them to do without being sidelined by diseases and so on that really are preventable. And that's what we're really focused on is prevention of disease. So where do we get antioxidants? Well, a key source are polyphenols. They're the most abundant antioxidant in our diets, and a substance called resveratrol, say that fast 3 times, is a highly active polyphenol that's found in high concentrations in the skins of stressed red grapes or muscadine. And we're finding that that's playing a major role now in the anti-aging revolution, or shall we call it the free radical revolution, a revolution against free radicals. Now, I'm going to pull up my whiteboard here so you can see some of the foods that we want to eat that have antioxidants in them. And here's the list. It's a long list, and it's pretty common foods. I think apples, berries, carrots, citrus fruits, dried fruits, garlic and onions, greens, red grapes, and wine. Yay. Sesame oil and seeds. There's also soy foods, spinach, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, tea, turmeric, walnuts, and winter squash. So that's a pretty exhaustive list. So if you're not already, be sure to incorporate some of those into your diet to fight those free radicals. Now, can you get enough antioxidants from food alone? Well, it's virtually impossible to get the optimal amount of antioxidants through just our foods, and particularly our diets today, because so many of the foods are raised in soils that is depleted and just not absorbing the minerals and not developing as they did, say, 100 years ago, before the soils were so depleted. Dr. Packer authored a book called The Antioxidant Miracle: Your Complete Plan for Total Health and Healing. And you might want to look for that on whatever source you use to purchase books. For example, he recommends taking 500 international units of vitamin E daily, because we're just not getting enough vitamin E in our diets. To get the amount of vitamin E from food alone, for example, you'd have to eat more than 100 pounds of broiled liver. It's not a favorite of mine, but even if it's a favorite of yours, it's a little much, I think. Although there are literally hundreds of antioxidants, only 5 appear to be the core antioxidants, and these are what are found in the foods, a lot of the foods that I just showed you. Vitamin A, vitamin C, and we're going to talk about that in a future video. Vitamin E, beta-carotene, and coenzyme Q10. It's called CoQ10. It's also something, if you're, for instance, just kind of a random thought, that if you are taking statins for cholesterol, talk to your doctor about taking CoQ10, because one thing that statins do that it will has a potential to damage your heart muscles, and CoQ10 is important for maintaining good heart health. So some of the benefits of the antioxidant foods, it helps your immune system. It helps memory and mental issues, helps with heart disease, particularly the CoQ10, arthritis and other inflammatory conditions, protections against skin cancer, protection against Alzheimer's. So that's a pretty impressive list. So let me just tell you a quick story. It's a story about Matt. Now, Matt was a successful lawyer in Chicago, and he's probably working, 80 hours a week or so, trying to build his practice, and then also to take care of his family, balance family priorities, and that sort of thing. He never thought that much about his health. Well, unfortunately, I have to say, and I can say this as a guy, that guys often don't think too much about their health. They just assume everything's okay. And often don't go to the doctor. And sometimes it's too late when they do. But that aside, in the fall of 1996, he began to experience significant abdominal discomfort. A few days later, he felt like he had been hit by a Mack truck and was feeling extremely fatigued and with muscle aches and that sort of thing. So, of course, then that's one thing that will drive a guy to a doctor. He underwent CT scans, X-rays, ultrasounds, and numerous blood tests, and the doctor sent him away with some painkillers. That was it. So he went to see a specialist, and he ordered what's called an anti-nuclear antibody test, or an ANA test. Now, the normal result for a normal human being is 1 to 40 is the normal. His was 1 to 640. He was diagnosed with, and you've probably heard of lupus erythematosa. He was diagnosed with that. And basically what happens is the immune system starts attacking itself. So he began to take antioxidants and mineral supplements, just really got really aggressive with it, and found that he was slowly improving, and it was relying less on the pain medications. The process was slow, but by the first of the year, remember he was diagnosed in the fall, he was feeling much better, and soon he was working 10-hour days again. Not sure that's always a good thing, but that was significant change for him. So he returned to his doctor and found that his ANA level had dropped from 1 to 640 back to 1 to 40, which is, as I say, the normal for most people. And so over the course of the year, and he just returned to his normal routine of still working whatever he was working. It could have been 70 or 80 hours a week. So the moral of the story is it's logical to supplement your diet before you become ill, and get more aggressive as soon as you feel a health issue coming on. I like to tell people, well, you can choose to spend some money now on attaining and maintaining good health, or you can be forced to spend a lot of money later to get your health back. So let's finish with a list of benefits of dietary supplements in general. I showed this in one of my earlier videos, but I think it doesn't hurt to show that again. What are some of the health benefits of antioxidants, health benefits of nutritional supplements? Well, one is an enhanced immune system. As we saw in this case, the antioxidants were crucial in reversing the lupus, or at least controlling the lupus in Matt's case. An enhanced antioxidant defense system, a decreased risk of coronary artery disease, a decreased risk of stroke, a decreased risk of cancer, a decreased risk of arthritis, macular degeneration, and cataracts, the potential for a decreased risk of Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease, and the potential for improving the clinical course of several chronic degenerative diseases. And you notice I put a disclaimer down there. Supplements recommended are not capable of preventing disease and should never be marketed in that manner. However, if you give your body what it needs, oftentimes your body will heal itself. So that concludes my presentation for today. I hope you found that interesting and informative and helpful. And hopefully you found some things you can implement to improve your health. So I hope you'll join me for my next video. Next time I'll be talking about omega fatty acids and perhaps either vitamin B or vitamin C. Then we'll conclude after the next video, perhaps with one of the vitamins, and then we'll talk in general about what to look for in a dietary supplement, and we'll do a quick review of what I've talked about during the previous videos. So until then, enjoy your health, enjoy good health, I pray, and we'll see you soon.